Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 and welcome back. I had to take a little break, so I hope y'all were enjoying episode 1 and 2. This is, baby, I got a podcast mic. And I am your host, Dr. Ashley Gaddy Robbins. This is a space for us to just be, like, literally. And let me tell you something, this episode today is literally a just be episode. I am leaving all of my roles and responsibilities. I am a little sleepy. But technically launched like 2 services this week. And I am still coming back from a mini vacation. So yeah, you talking about just being, that's exactly what this episode is going to be. This is episode 3, folks. I'm remaining consistent. I'm remaining consistent. And that's really what it's about. So I didn't release this past Wednesday, but I'm gonna do a weekend drop. Well, let's see what a weekend drop looks like. So this is gonna drop on the weekend, my first weekend drop episode. We'll see how it does. I think this is, like I said, I'd be saying this like in my social medias and stuff, that I really just think this is a really good a background episode. I mean, like, series. You can put this on while you're walking, while you're working, while you're cooking, while you're doing multiple things. That's the whole point, is like we can kick off our shoes and relax our feet. Come on, escape. So welcome back to episode 3 of Baby I Got a Podcast Mic. As you can see, our record for this episode is Charlie Parker. So I am bringing in not only vinyl records, but jazz on vinyl. Come on now, that's got to be nostalgic. And it is the reason why I got this record is because it has Night in Tunisia on it. And if you know anything about the Cosby Show, then Night in Tunisia is an episode where is a track of Charlie Parker's that was on one of the episodes, and it was the auction. And they really wanted that record so much, in fact, that Cliff was babysit or was at Olivia's daycare, and he had to bid over the phone. And there was this guy, little petite white guy, who had snarl on his face that 1,500. So if you know, you know. And just so I'm just also so mad that folks feel like we can't express the love we had for the show because of the choices that the individual made. But Cliff Huxtable, the Cliff Huxtable, or how about this? The Huxtables is how I'll refer to it. That episode just brings so much life to me. So as soon as I saw Charlie Parker's Night in Tunisia in that crate, baby, I got it. It was just so nostalgic for that episode. I love that show. That was my comfort watch. I have all 8 seasons on DVD. So yeah, I am a late 80s baby, so I did not catch those episodes fresh, but trust and believe I did have the rerun. So we got Charlie Parker on the vinyl for this episode. Hello to my Patreon community. I got my Patreon live community also with me. This is your reminder, YouTube, that if you want to go live for me, this is a weekend release, but I'm not recording it on weekend. I'm recording it live with my people. They're getting the behind the scenes. They're getting to comment in real time. They're showing their reactions and their expressions. So this is your reminder, YouTube, that you might as well join my Patreon community. And if you want to go live with me, you want to join the cousin tier. So I have the community tier that gives you the full episodes and early access and behind the scenes content. And then I have the cousin tier where you are right here with me. I'm looking at you right now, waving. Okay. And you can record with me live and get your, I'll share what you all are sharing here on the episode. So that is just your reminder to go ahead and join my Patreon community. And if you're here on YouTube and you're not a subscriber, what are we doing? I mean, support me. You see what I'm saying? I need the support of my community. I need the support of viewers. I need the support of this platform because we're about to blow up. Martin reference. Yeah, I believe. And so okay. Don't go off. But I'm pretty sure that's Martin. So yeah, that is what you need to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss another episode and so that you can always see what I'm doing on my channel. And it is appreciated. It takes nothing. It is free to subscribe. Free. So you might as well do it. Thank you. All right. So, like I said last week, I took a little time off. Me and the boo went away. This episode is going to be kind of packed of all things last week, but we took a nice vacation, just me and him, because traveling with your lovely family members is also, as a oldest daughter and as the only son, my husband, it you have to be mindful. You have to always make sure that you are taking care of your mothers and they have something to eat and everybody's comfortable and the luggage is where it needs to be. So although we went to Atlanta for Family Feud, and although we'll talk about it, we traveled to Fairfax for the 40 under 40 recognition that I received. The mental of what it takes to travel with your parents is something that is on you. And so you can't necessarily just relax. And especially if you have children around and things of that nature. So we took a couple of days and went to Charleston. Y'all, Charleston is so beautiful. Like I knew that, but I don't think I've been in my adult life. And I just fell in love. I will be there again. The scenery, the history, the aesthetic, the nature, the food, the culture, the music. It is just in the streets. And I really did enjoy it. And the river. It is just a perfect location. So me and him really enjoyed the drive. Is not that bad from where we are in North Carolina. So that's where I was. I was spending some time with my boo and disconnecting. We'll talk about that later too. All right, so let's jump right in. Y'all know how we do. Our first segment is let me just say this. Let me just say this is our first segment where I just go off the top with some unfiltered thoughts. Let me just say this, y'all. Building is an effort. Now, if you go back to episode 1, this was my moment for let's talk about it. Because like I said, I am building a lot in my business, but it takes effort. That's why I'm tired now. It takes effort to build. So it's cute when it's out. It's cute when the outcome is there or when, people are seeing it in the world. That's real cute. And it's good because you built it. I mean, because it is cute. Actually, the aesthetic of it is cute. I just made a post about my stage ready, and I'm like, oh, I really like how this turned out. But building is an effort, and it's also the mental capacity before you even get to the graphic. You know what I'm saying? When is it going to launch? What do you want to put on there? Is the message clear? Child, let me just say this: building is an effort. That's all I have that. Let me just say this. The group chat, baby, is the safe space. I know there'd be some like reels, like if somebody took your phone to look at your text or to look at your social media DMs or whatever. But baby, the moment that you want to enter the group chats, oh, give me my phone back. It's just the place, especially for me and my homegirls. Every time I say that, I think about that girl at Bella Noche's. Because me and my homegirl, if we can't come to Bella Noche's, then where can we go? The group chat is a safe space. That's where we can vent. That's where we can share. That's where we can just let our hair down. And I just love that those spaces exist. I love that folks find a community that is so rich and so deep that it feels sacred. You know what I'm saying? It feels sacred. It is so safe that it feels sacred. Like that's the thing you protect. You can check my DMs, you can check my social media, baby. You can check my threads. But the moment that you trying to come up in a group chat, give me my phone back. Because me and my girls is telling the truth about all parts of our life. And I love that we just have a community. So I just want to say that. Let me just say this. The group chat is the safe space. Give me my phone back if you're trying to go in the group chat. And I hope that you find community enough that you have a group chat that feels just like that. Because if you have a group chat like that, then you know. You see what I'm saying? Then you know you right, honey. Give me my phone back. Run me that. Some people have even said that same type of thing for their chat GPT. You can look at my phone all you want to, but the moment you're trying to enter my chat GPT, give me that. But for me, I just want to say that my group chat is so safe. And my homegirls, we've been homegirls for 20 years. Over 20 years, we met in college. And I just love y'all. So shout out to Mia, Bree, Jazz, and our fan for group chat. Okay, let me just say this. Having joy is a joy. Y'all, the world got wild again last week with that person who resides in the Oval Office. And like more and more and more. like wild, obnoxious. That photo, wild, obnoxious. And then again, you also just have your things that are happening in your everyday life, the things that you deal with every day. But let me just say this, having joy, which is different from happiness. Happiness is contingent upon a circumstance. Joy is what you have in spite of. Having joy is a joy. I am finding myself in the midst of so many things around me, like still be so joyful. And I'm just sitting back when I sit back and reflect, and I'm like, what an honor it is to have joy. What a joy it is to be at a place of peace, to be at a place of content, to be at a place of abundance, to be at a place of smiling, to be at a place of positivity in the midst of the things that are circulating around us. What a joy it is to have joy. So if you're listening to this and you're like, girl, what joy are you talking about? I want some of that. I find your ways to seek it. So for me, it is my faith. It is the love and comfort of my closest love here on earth, my husband. It is the silly jokes that my kids say even when I'm like, girl, that's not that funny. But like for the fact that you even said it, for the fact that you feel so safe to say it, like that's such a joy. The sunshine, y'all, the sun, when that sun hits my face, bonjour. Okay, when that sun hits my face, I feel so much joy. The warm weather just makes me feel better. Getting out. So now like fitness is becoming like a part of my actual lifestyle. It used to be just a task, but I can feel the shift changing of how I take care of my body. Like these are the things that my parents are here. My parents are loving. My parents are supportive. So like these are the things that regardless of what's happening in the world around me, and even and let me also say this, right? Some of those things are not always at 100, right? Meaning the sun may not shine that day, or you and your partner are off, y'all gonna riff, whatever the place may be. Your children gonna get on your nerves, but it doesn't mean that what the love that they give you, the peace that they give you, God is constant, so they ain't going nowhere, thankfully. But like the love and peace that they give you surpasses that rift, surpasses that offense, so that you can still find joy in those things, even if the clouds are out that day. Because the sun is there, the sun is going to shine. So that is how we have, if you are seeking joy, that's the mentality that you have to have, is that the thing that's in front of you that gives you reciprocal love, that fills you, it's not going to be 100 every single day, but you know that you have access to it and you know what it does for you. Stay close to that thing. Community. What a joy to be in mutual reciprocal community. So that's just something that I'm on right now, because even though, like, when I saw that AI picture, or when I'm looking at the news, or when something pops up, on my social media feed, I'm not swayed. There is still joy in my heart. Now, it does not mean that my feelings are not hurt. It does not mean that it does not mean that I'm ready to activate and resist against injustice. It does not mean that there's not a pain point. And, right, both and I know where I can be filled. I know that it's not going to take me out or separate me from joy. So I just wanted to say that. That was a little long, but I just wanted to say that having joy is a joy. And I really hope that We all get to find it and we get to keep it in the midst of, in spite of. So that's segment one. We moving right along today, baby. Because, like I said, I'm a little tired. I'm a little sleepy. That 3-year-old's wanted to have a sleepover in her room, but that did not work out. And all right, let's move on to our next segment. We need to talk about it. We need to talk about it. This is what is on my heart today, which I was thinking about. And this is going to connect to the vacation and being an entrepreneur and the building and all of the things. We need to talk about turning off our minds, even if we're in a different location. Leaving your location to go somewhere else does not mean you're on vacation. Oh, that's a bar. Oh, that's a bar. Leaving a location doesn't mean that you're on vacation. Because if your mind is still tied to work, or if your mind is still tied to the thing you're trying to leave, then you can be anywhere. Your mind is not present, your mind is not there. And so when me and my husband decided that we wanted to get away for real, I'm an entrepreneur. My mind is always thinking about something: content, strategy, an email reply, pricing, response, a proposal, deadlines. My mind is just always constantly thinking about something for this business. And so I had to make sure. I told myself, I even took it to prayer. I was like, I need to make sure that when I go on vacation, even though my out of office is on, my out of office is always on. That doesn't mean I'm present. I need to disconnect from my business mentally and be present with my husband. Because leaving the location doesn't mean you're on vacation. And I had to intentionally do this before we left and even while we were there. And we need to talk about how powerful our mind is, that it can allow us to pseudo enjoy, pseudo be present, pretend present. How about that? When our mind is attached to something else, we're play present. And the people that we're with, they don't deserve play presence. They deserve our full selves, especially if these are the people in the community we just talked about that gives you joy. These are the people who deserve your fullness. They deserve your full enjoyment. They deserve you. They deserve you letting your hair down. They deserve your true gut laughs. They certainly deserve your attention. And y'all, I felt such a difference this time. I felt such a difference in disconnecting from my work intentionally and being present with my husband and in taking in, putting my phone down. And not, again, you can put your phone down, but if your mind is still connected, it doesn't matter. Your phone is just down, but your mind is going. You're still not present. Y'all, it made such a difference to be present for real. So we just need to talk about that. Just because you see somebody phone down doesn't mean they're mentally disconnected. We need to talk about the importance of mentally detaching so you can be present in the moment. So you can be present with your children, with your family, with your boo, with nature, with God, whatever it is for you. The mental detachment has to happen. So I asked the Holy Spirit, like, please come into my mind. I come out of agreement with distraction. I come out of agreement with this business right now because this business is not my top priority when I'm on vacation with my man. And it made such a difference. So we just need to talk about that. We just need to talk about the reality of one, you being somewhere, but your mind being tied to something else. And we also needed to talk about when you actually mentally detach, you can be fully present, and there's such a total difference. So this is also for my high achieving folks. This is for my fellow entrepreneurs. This is for my people who are a little neurospicy, okay? Because some of us just can't, neurologically, it's just very hard for us to do it. I see you. I am with you. And for me, it took active, constant practice. Like literally, as we were hugging, I felt my mind going somewhere else. I was like, nope, 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 bring it back. And then I embraced him a little harder, or you know what I'm saying? So I could really take in the hug. So that's just something that worked for me. Something I felt like we need to talk about. Something that I've heard before, but we just need to keep perpetuating it and not just saying it. We need to do it. You feel me? We need to do it. All right, our next segment, off the clock, on the mic. Non expert Ashley, let me tell you off gate, I am not an expert in running. Shout out to my friend. I watched her run the Cherry Blossom 10 miler this past weekend. And I was tracking her on the app, and she was moving. You hear me? I'm talking about a 9-minute mile, a 10-minute mile, over time, 11-minute, 12-minute, 10 miles. Y'all, when I say I am not an expert in running, I mean a 5K right now is a big race for me. The 3 miler would have me. I tried just running, just was like, let me just see what I got. I did 20 minutes on the treadmill nonstop. Well, I did recover because it was a class, so you kind of recovered walk. But like, baby, I am not an expert at all in running. And not only am I not an expert, I can't even foresee. I know they say if you practice, if you train, it'll get better. I'm sure. But for me to even visualize myself doing 10 miles, and it's just so much weight that my body is carrying. I'm carrying my boobs, like I'm carrying all this thunder. I'm carrying this pooch. So, like, the thought of even carrying this body for a long distance feels like so much. So, if you are a runner, all my runners, where you at? We got any runners in the Peloton? Oh, look at a Peloton. Hello, Peloton. If you need a brand ambassador, holla at your girl. If you want to help me become a runner, then how about we do a plan? How about we do content where we over the time, over the years, your tread helps me become a runner. I'm just saying, if we don't say it out loud, why not? Why not say it out loud? Why not proclaim that I'm going to be a brand ambassador for Peloton? Why not say that I'm going to be a speaker on their Women's History Month program, or on their Black History Month program, or when they're talking about the importance of speaking up in your authentic voice? Why not? But what I meant to say was Patreon community. How y'all feel? Are y'all runners or no? A little something, something. Okay, a little here and there. Most folks aren't. But then I went to that Cherry Blossom 10 miler and I saw hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people doing 10 miles. So, like, don't think that you can't do it. And then also, when you're in a certain community, also realize how amazing it is that you can do the thing. Like, as a public speaker, because speakers are around me, oftentimes I'm like, oh, everybody's a speaker, until you realize that everybody ain't, baby. So if you are a runner, if you're a long distance runner, if 10 miles is like, oh, that ain't nothing to me. If you are in the running community, just know that everybody ain't out here running. Everybody can't out be running, and everybody in a 5K is a lot for some people. So if you are a runner, place your training advice. What products are you using? What are some exercises that we can do for the non-expert runners? What are you doing, runners? For folks who may want to run longer and just need to train or need a little boost, or for me to carry all this body for longer than a mile. Because I'll hit a mile and be like, wow, I did a mile. And my friend out here busted out 10 easy. You see what I'm saying? Easy. So that's off the clock, off on the mic. I have no idea of such things about running. This is where I lean on my community. Go ahead and comment. I want to hear from you, Runners, I want to hear from you. What can we non-expert runners be doing? What can our beginner runners be doing to get our time up and our weight up? All right, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check moments. I want to talk about 40 under 40. I'm so excited. This past weekend, I received the 40 under 40 award for my alma mater, George Mason University. This is from the Black Alumni chapter of the university. And it was such a good celebration. The theme was through Black excellence through the decades. And did I not slay? Like, I have to even clap for myself and clap for my husband, but I really have to shout out our fashion designer stylist cousin, Khalees, because our Mira Studios, I'm gonna put her thing just popped up. Amira Studios. Make sure you follow her. Make sure you book her, because the moment that I sent her this inspiration, or the dress at least, she put the whole thing together. She gave me the look. She gave me the style. Now I did. Now, granted, I ain't like I can't dress at all. So it's not like I ain't give her some options. You see what I'm saying? And so some of the options she liked, and then she elevated me. And this was the final look, y'all. I felt so classy. I felt so elegant. My man was so fine. Y'all see that little timepiece? Isn't that so 40s, so fly? We hit the 40s on the head. We hit the theme. Everybody was digging our outfits, but it was also about just the beautiful brilliance of making an impact. Before you're 40, you've made impact enough. And so, but the idea that I want to really share in this mic check moment is that the award represented the journey. When I was up studying late nights, when I was struggling to read some of these texts, when I was having brain fog around writing, when I was on page 150, when I took a semester off, when I didn't have enough money to pay for the semester, and then I was at the table. Oh gosh, I'm going to drop her information right here. Rose Garden Wines. Baby, it is the best red wine. It is the most flavorful red wine I've ever had. Joy, this is a shout out to you. I was sitting at the table with Joy. We didn't go to Mason at the same time, but she was also an honoree, and she had a bottle of her wine for the table, so we were able to taste it. Fell in love. We will be ordering our wine, and you should too. And then I was just like, girl, let me take a picture with you, because I know you're gonna be famous because this wine is good. I'm gonna take a picture, so whenever you get to Essence, I'm gonna be like, I know her. And Joy goes, oh, we going to Essence this year. I was like, I'm at the table with the superstar. I'm at the table with a superstar. So y'all go support Rose Garden Wines. It is the best, I promise you. For me, it is the best, most flavorful red wine I have ever had. And it is a Black woman owned business. And you should be doing that anyway. Like, you should be supporting those businesses anyway. But this is my personal recommendation for you to check out their wine. And then it was just a good time. Me and my husband just had a good time. My parents were there. So, of course, they saw this entire journey. So it meant a lot for them. They were very proud of me. You could tell because, yeah, not only did they see, but they also helped support. And so that was very important for me. So that's my mic check moment. Appreciate the journey that you are in. Your journey is not in vain. And even though you may not feel like you're being recognized right now, even though you may feel like you're not being seen right now, baby, it is when your time comes, it will be beautiful. All right. Y'all know how we end. We end every episode with rapid fire thoughts, rapid fire questions. This is just random. When I say random, y'all, I mean, y'all have seen the past two episodes. I'm talking true random thoughts that come in my head. All right. Here's the first thing. When I get famous, I want to be Tom Hanks famous, Gwyneth Paltrow famous. Like, these are people who are like, okay, maybe not Gwyneth Paltrow, Tom Hanks famous. Let's stick with Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is an A-lister. Tom Hanks be out here brilliantly doing his craft, but you don't never see Tom Hanks in the TMZ. You don't never hear Tom Hanks' name in the media. Tom Hanks is just probably somewhere living his little secluded life, and yet he is still famous for his caliber of work. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to be. Like, I want to be known, but I ain't trying to be all in the news. I don't want folks stalking me and tracking me down. Tom Hanks, and maybe because he is so famous that he got enough money to keep folks off. I'm not sure, but I want to be Tom Hanks famous because I don't never be seeing that man in the TMZ. I don't ever be seeing him in the paparazzi, and yet he can get whatever gig he wants, and yet we already know, bro got bank. I mean, it's Forrest Gump. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I need to get more hype when my husband shaves his head because he's bald. And so he's not going to the hair salon every so often to get a style. He's shaving his head every other day, every 2 days. And because that's his norm, because he's bald, he don't be getting the same hype from me. I need to be making sure I get that man the hype. When he shaved, when he got a fresh baldy, I need to be like, "Ooh, you got your hair did? Ooh, you fine." Cause that's what we as women so be expecting when we get our hair done at the salon. And it's not as frequent as a man who shaves. And so we're like, I know if he don't say nothing, I know you, I didn't just go get my hair done and you not say nothing. And yet when he shaved his head every other day, we just be like, oh, that's just your head. That's just your hair. No, I'm gonna be giving that man the same hyper energy and the same love when he give me when I get my hair done. Clearly that was a happened in real life. So I put it on the rapid fire thoughts. Shout out to my ball friends. You are loved. You are loved. All right. Okay. Y'all ever be going to the public bathrooms and the toilet be clogged, but it really don't be clogged. What I am finding out more and more times than not is that folks are just not holding down the flush button long enough for the tissue that was in there to go down the drain. So when folks see tissue in a toilet, they just go ahead and go to the next stall, the next stall, the next stall, and nobody ever goes to that toilet that has tissue in it. I go ahead and go into that toilet, into that stall, because what I have found is it's not clogged, it's not overflowing. It just hasn't been flushed all the way. Because them auto flushers sometimes be fast, and sometimes if we press the button, we not holding it down. So that's just a random thought. Hold a button down when you flushing the public toilet. Okay. Make sure everything goes down so that the person who is coming after you doesn't look at it and say, oh, I'm not going in that stall. We could have been moving this line along if somebody just flushed the toilet all the way. Okay. It really don't be clogged. It just needs to be flushed. Yes, these are real things, as you can see, that be happening in my head because these are real life experiences. Because, baby, I got a podcast, mate. So, like, I'm going to talk about what's happening in my real life, in my real world. And that's what I had today. I want to be Tom Hanks famous. I'm going to show my bald husband more love around his head and flush the toilet all the way. It's not really clogged. Okay. What y'all think? That's what I got today. So much has happened. I also am just so excited too because I did launch cohort 2 of Stage Ready. So Stage Ready is a workshop that I do for women of color who want to be more confident, authentic speakers on the stage. Yes, but it can also be in your everyday life. There are so many things that try to hinder us from our authenticity. And so this workshop really allows us to step into our authentic authority and really be able to craft a message and have strategy about how we can get our message out there. So cohort 2 just opened up for registration. I'm putting the link here. The link will also be in the description. Check out Stage Ready if you're a woman of color who you'll be like, you know what? I have something to say. I have something to say. I just need help saying it and help getting it out there and help being bold and confident in it. So I just wanted to go ahead and drop that little promo for Stage Ready because that is something that I launched this week. So lots of things happened. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. If you made it this far, oh, just subscribe. I mean, if you made it this far, you like me. Just say that. Just say you like me, and you can show me that you like me by subscribing. We will be back next week at our regular time. Thank you for your love. Thank you for support. Y'all keep joy in your hearts because having joy is a joy. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.